What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. We got another hot, humid, muggy day. It just finished downpouring out here in the wood yard. I got Chris and Alex. We're already busy. The Eastimade is fired up. We swapped from the 7-way pizza box wedge to the standard 6-way wedge. Let me show you why. So like I said, we swapped from the pizza box wedge to the standard 6-way wedge. And the reason being, because we rarely ever do that, is because a lot of the stuff we're about to split is much smaller diameter than we normally split. As you can see here, this pile is all relatively small stuff. You know, this is maybe a 20-inch piece right there being the biggest. And the 6-way wedge is a lot more efficient because you just have to push a lot of these smaller rounds through one time and you get 6 pieces. Now you still get 6 pieces each pushed through with the standard pizza box wedge, but for these smaller rounds you sometimes only get 2 pieces because the round is a lot smaller. So it's actually a lot more efficient to push these smaller rounds through the 6-way as opposed to the box wedge. Now, as you can see here, we have a whole load of really nice size firewood poles. They're all small. I would say the biggest one is maybe 10-12 inches in diameter, which is why I elected to swap wedges from the box wedge to the standard 6-way, because these will all be pushed through really quickly. So Chris and I are gonna get going cutting here. Alex is already splitting. He fueled up the machine. We cleaned out under it, got new totes. We're all ready to go. So we're gonna make some firewood with the 6-way wedge. right, guys, we powered through that. As you can see, it is raining very hard. I am very wet. You guys wet?
Yeah, my back is from picking up some of the slack around here.
Oh, picking up some of the slack. Well, I took the brunt of it, you know, putting those totes away. But we got 6 totes done, and then whatever, you know, over here, maybe 7, which is good. It's a good push. I truly think, I don't know, you've never run the 6-way. You and I, Chris and I, have barely run the 6-way. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is like a firewood secret weapon.
Yeah.
For the right size rounds, we flew through all of that.
Yeah, I think the poles that we worked with today are...
Remember, you gotta speak up, it's pouring rain.
I think the poles that we were working with today most closely represent like a log truckload of firewood poles.
I agree.
So I think that that type of firewood processing is ideal with this wedge. Whereas the bigger stuff that we're about to get back into, it might behoove us to go back to the box wedge and, you know, process that a little bit nicer than having to rehandle all those splits.
Right. Alex, what do you think? You've only run the box wedge on this machine. Now, you get what the 6-way is about?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get it like at first until you showed me what to do.
Right.
I noticed with the bigger pieces, you have to drop it down a little more. And it's just playing with it, going up and down with it, because the bigger the pieces, you have to drop it down more, then it'll push all 6 pieces out. And then with the smaller pieces, you raise it up and it'll split it in half. So
the cool thing about the Easton-made 6-way wedge design is that these bottom wings are flat. So the higher you raise it up, if you have a small 5-inch diameter piece, you could just push it through this bottom part and it acts just like a 2-way wedge. If you have a piece a little bit bigger, 8 to 10 inches, you could drop it down and split it 4 ways with these side wings. And anything bigger than 8 to 10 inches, you can utilize the full height of the 6-way wedge and bust it into 6 pieces. Now, you might have to resplit some of those pieces, but for the amount of resplitting that you'll have to do if you size the wood the right, way, you should be able to minimize it, and you should be able to push most of that wood through in one single push, unlike the box wedge, where you have to cycle it through several times, even for those smaller diameter pieces, say if you want to get a 4-way split. All right, guys, I think that's gonna wrap this one up. It's pouring rain, and we wanna get inside. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like it, give it a big thumbs up. Click that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. Questions, comments, feedback, put it in the comments section. But for now, I'm Jake.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Chris.
This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.